Coming on, guys.
I myself am coming.
Haven't even had beer yet.
Check. Headphones aren't on yet. Yippa-da. Oh, there it is.
Leave the Melvins for last.
I think we're going to save the Melvins for the third show.
Okay, then I have that topic.
Jacob, just so you know, if you want to get a word in edgewise, you got to, like, get it in. We kind of just talk. And so if you have something to say, just, like, go for it.
Don't be bashful.
Yeah, don't be bashful.
And hello, by the way. Welcome to my house. Yeah. I was like stressing over streaming stuff and my router's not working.
Yeah, John's in producer mode right now.
So, yeah. Everything was working like an hour before 11, so at 10. And then it just decided to stop working. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh, and there's an alt in here too? Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
This is just a fucking German orgasm of fucking awesome beers.
I gotta look up that. Yeah, so I can read it real quick. You hear that?
Hey,
The fuck is that?
is it me farting?
Oh, John.
Guy farting.
John, if there's a firewall.
Well,
That was one more.
I forgot an old router now, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
On
it's-
the new one though, check if there's a firewall
Okay.
option and just disable it temporarily and see if that fixes it.
Okay.
'Cause that may need to be configured.
I don't hear that noise anymore. Does anyone else?
Right.
There's like a little hiss in the background.
That's okay.
Okay.
Hi. Take my wallet out of my pocket. It's my new thing. As you get older, you got to take your wallet out.
Okay, let's.
I wanted to do an oat imperial stout called Toasty Roasty Oaty.
Wait.
I hear a buzzing. And I can't hear Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob's mic is also off.
Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Shazam!
it's me.
Don't do that.
Oh,
God.
I don't know
Fucking
the
can't
words.
stand Adele.
Really? I like
Worse.
Adele.
Worse. She sings
Hello
flat as
from
fuck.
the other side.
Yeah, that note, that note's flat as fuck, and it hurts my ears. It hurts to listen to. Same thing. What was the one who was should have had it? It's like she just doesn't quite get
Little-
there,
little
and it's
pitchy
and
dog.
should have had it.
It's a little pitchy, dog.
Ugh.
It's a no for me, dog.
It's a little pitchy dog.
Pills. Dunkel. A Weissbier.
Oh, I wanted. I'm looking at my names, and I still want to try the whole like cryo hop powder thing. Do a beer called We Are All Hop Dust.
Brad just did one with the hop thingy you just mentioned.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
He just brewed it. I don't know.
Barf. Same.
And I was helping him diagnose a infection that he's having in his brewery.
Oh.
Turned out to be his tap lines.
Ooh.
Who is this?
Brad Daniels.
Oh, really?
I was like, yeah, let's hook up a picnic tap to your kegs and let's just try your beer right out the keg. And I'm like, this is delicious. And you pour it out of the thing and it's like, this is gross.
Oh.
I don't know what it was.
He's not cleaning his lines properly? Or?
No, he cleans them out of just some crazy, maybe they're just too far. So I don't know.
No, if it's tasting, but he's not cleaning.
I replace my damn lines whenever, like, I don't clean my lines. I just replace them. I just bought 100 feet. Like,
Jason's in the chat.
That works.
beep, boop, pop, boop, beep, boop, beep.
Driving, apparently.
I still
He's
can't hear
driving
Jacob.
and the audio stream doesn't work. Give me a fucking break.
I still can't hear Jacob, by the way.
Oh. There. No?
No.
Very good. Thank
There
you,
it
Chris.
is.
There it is.
Hey.
Shazam.
I can't read it.
I don't know
apparently.
why I keep saying Shazam today. This
Uh,
is a real good.
Shazam.
It's just a real good like.
Shazam.
I myself had a Shazam.
Where's the bottle opener?
There's a bunch. There's one right behind you on the fridge.
Oh, that's where I saw one.
The yopener.
The opener?
The yope.
I understand and agree to the terms. Thank you, Discord. Hello.
You can just.
Hello
I don't know
from
what angle
the other side.
Please stop doing that.
I'm never gonna not stop.
Oh, what a
Okay.
dick.
We good now? Cool.
I think so.
All right.
It's all kind of semi-janky. Semi-janky.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine is janky.
Okay.
This
Where am
is
I?
the true
at
jank.
here?
Janky Talamentis is with us.
Wow.
That's far more accurate than I want it to be.
So as you can tell, Discord now is on both screens, guys.
Four Bs.
I don't know if you can read that, Greg. Can you read this side?
Can you read,
No.
Greg?
I can only see photos.
You can't read that?
And the caps.
You need some glasses, yo.
Well, I can read the cap stuff. You come over here and read that shit without
I
your
did. I
glasses.
tried it out.
No.
What,
Well,
what about
also
that?
his
What about,
microphone is in
what
the
about
way.
that one over there? Can you read that?
Yeah, I can read that, but I'm not facing it.
I know
Unless I
that.
use a mirror. And
Well, I guess we need to buy a big TV for that wall then, because that's the only way to fix this.
I've my phone too.
Tell me to buy a
Damn.
big TV.
You need a 65 inch,
Cool.
80 inch.
I can get a 43-inch for $300
I would say get a
if you guys want to pay for it.
I have
what do you call them? Projector, and just project it on the ceiling.
That would
Yeah.
work.
I have two 50 inches with something slightly wrong with each that I'm not using.
That seems to be your theme. You have cool electronics,
Oh,
but
yeah.
there's something wrong with them.
Oh
Just
yeah,
slightly.
It's like a mad
story of my
scientist.
life.
You're going to want to be within like 3
Right.
inches of the mic.
Boom.
too.
Yeah,
Okay,
you want
right here?
to you want to choke
All
up
right.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like that.
Yeah, adjust your seat or
I have,
adjust the mic.
I have a nasty habit for like doing this. John hates it. You got to be like up
It's like,
on
oh,
it.
I'm going to
yeah.
read this
Yeah,
thing
okay.
over here when the mic's right here.
And it's also, here, let me move this thing. Let me get my glass for you.
Oh,
And then
oh god.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just put this down.
let me put it.
Well, see, that problem's worse for me because my mic is on the table,
Oh yeah.
so it's just
She get like a little piece of like foam or something to put
Yeah,
under
exactly.
yeah.
Hello from the other side.
I'm just being distracted by dog right
Dog.
Oh, dog.
I love people.
now. I'm new to dogs, so now that I like them, it's like, whoa, there's one here.
You're like dogs.
Yeah.
In the world.
The rest of my life, I was like, I don't have a dog. I don't know what anyone's. Why are they so cool?
Don't get the appeal.
Don't
Yeah.
get it. Now I have one.
Yeah, I always
Kirshner.
my mom always loved her dogs more than me, and so I always hated dogs. You know, so I always had a distaste for them. But my girlfriend wants to get a dog, so I'm gonna like it's gonna happen at some point. We were talking about names today. We want to get a cat, a small dog, and a big dog.
Sweet.
And the cat's name is going to be Professor Gary Mowingtons.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then the dog's what was the dog's name? Dog's name was Steve.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes
So
me very happy.
pills,
That was the big
Helles,
dog. And
Pills,
then
Helles, Weissbier, Dunkel,
it's literally
Kolsch.
every possible German style.
Kolsch, Alt, and
Where's the Weissbox?
Doppelbock. There's
Oh
no
yeah, true.
Weissbock.
No Weissbach.
all right.
Lame.
I didn't quite catch that.
Well, catch herpes, computer.
I didn't quite catch that either.
Your penis is so small.
Does anyone have glasses?
I got glasses. They're right in front of you.
Mine are on my face.
Now you have two glasses.
You? Oh.
We always needs the Dumpo. I don't know with these beers. Probably not. I put my drinking pants on today. I've had shitty beer all week, so
Oh god, what are you drinking?
like Pacifico in the can and lots of cocktails.
Oh, that's not shitty drinks though.
Well, yeah. It is when you're like, here's 10 cocktails, please try them all.
Oh.
And you're like,
Jesus.
okay, these are great. And this one's good too. And I'm like, this one's balanced.
Sorry, what was that? Okay.
Dump.
That was your first. I thought that was your reaction, and I'm like, I don't think that's
It's so
positive.
funny that like in the cocktail world, people are so shocked when I ask for like a spit thing, spittoon. Can I get a spittoon? Like I'm trying all these things.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna. I want to be able
Stay
to drive.
here all day.
Dude,
I
you've
want to
been
drive.
you've been doing cocktails lately. You know what cocktail I've been drinking the shit out of lately?
What's that?
Is the Paloma.
I can't do Paloma because goddamn grapefruit.
Oh, that's right, huh?
It's a delicious. It is good.
Oh, you poor guy.
Yeah, I'll put it in my mouth.
Yeah. Have you ever had a paloma?
No.
It's like it's essentially think of a gin and tonic. Only instead of tonic, you're using grapefruit soda, and instead
really
of gin, you're
refreshing.
using tequila.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's tequila, grapefruit soda, and lime.
it's really
Okay.
good.
And salted rim.
Delicious.
It's lovely. It's like my summer beverage this year.
Cool. I don't drink too much tequila cocktails. I find I'm just for whatever reason. I'm trying to start getting into it a little bit.
Tequila's yummy.
Yeah, I just did that was one. Tequila Day's Monday, so I did a post yesterday. And they gave me a flight of tequilas, and then
That's probably
I've
what I
had
need to
a
do.
few- yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Because
Then a bunch of margaritas.
my experience with tequila is still like shitty tequila in college.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Once you get past that,
that's
just like
It's-
dogs,
yeah.
tequila you'll warm up to.
well. and then
I have had a
it'll be
good
like-
tequila in Mexico. Never seen it here. So
Well, honestly, the thing is like at this point, if you have like 100% agave tequila, and it's like
Just as a
silver,
baseline.
then it's usually going to be pretty decent. Like it's like if it looks cheap, it's probably going to be cheap. But like if
Yeah.
it looks like they put a little bit of effort into packaging and it says 100% blue agave, then you're probably going to be okay.
If
You
it's
know,
over
I got
$30.
Yeah, I got some Epsilon or something like that.
That's not bad.
It's fine. You know, it works. I got it
As
at
long
the
as it's
grocery
100%.
Yeah, I got it at the grocery store. It's decent. You know, it works.
Yeah. Why can't whiskey be like that?
Yeah, seriously. Even whiskey you can get like really good bourbon for pretty cheap. Like Eagle Rare is like $30 for a bottle.
Dude, Four Roses, the yellow label.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's
$20.
Yeah, it's the best
Really?
bourbon.
And
best
it's a
bourbon,
blend.
Yeah,
Where do
best
they have
bourbon.
that?
Best bourbon
I
you'll
feel like
ever
I
have
never
in a
see that,
plastic
though,
bottle.
Yeah, and it's a blend of all of their, you know how the Four Roses has like their special, they have I think 4 different grists, and then they have different barrels as well, and they have different warehouses, whatever, and each one is coated with like this like 6-digit alpha numeric thing, so you can tell kind of like there's like the whales ones. Like, people, oh my god, you got an EFGG one whatever bottle, and
Really?
yeah, but the
I didn't know that
yellow
was a
label is
thing.
a blend of all everything, and it's like the cheapest one.
I was
It's
not aware of
fucking
that.
Delicious. Yeah.
That's cool. I got to look that up and start fucking like scouring my.
Oh, dude, there's websites that are like, here's you
like
got to get this
dedicated
one.
to it. That's cool.
The heavily weeded ones are apparently are better than Pappy.
Wow. Okay. John, were you having problems with like just the straight audio stream or so on YouTube it's just fine?
Yeah,
We're getting
YouTube's
audio?
working. It's on right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Cass is listening right now and I'm like, wait, how are you listening? But she's just watching it on YouTube.
Yeah. You can't even see the audio stream on the website. It's just the YouTube embed.
that's
So she's not. She's probably just listening through YouTube.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
watching YouTube in bed.
Yep.
I do that a lot.
I'll watch other things.
I don't know
in
what the
bed.
deal. Like I said, it was working. It pisses me off. It's embarrassing.
It's okay, dude.
You're lesser of a man because of your technology, John.
Surrounded by shit, and I can't make it work.
But you guys are running a professional stream here.
We are.
You would do a hell of a lot
It's
better than
proof.
most, John.
It's proof that shit goes wrong, and we just keep pushing on.
I bought a new iPad, by the way. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The new iPad is so
I've never had
awesome.
an iPad.
Dude. It's faster than like the low end MacBook 13-inch MacBook Pro, like double.
Wow.
It's fucking insane.
really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's got the A10X chip. It's just insane, dude.
blazes.
It's got 4 gigs of RAM in it. Yeah. I've edited the last 3 episodes on it,
Yeah.
and it. I mean,
Last time you went to humid ass fucking packing house?
I got the. I ended up becoming a beta tester for Fairlight, the app that does all that. Because they actually do chapter integrations now, which I was paying $10 a month for at this German company that they do more than that. They do like audio. They fix. They're amazing.
Right.
But I was just paying for the chapters. Now they have that in the app, and you can skip within your timeline of the chapters, add photos, just like I did before.
Cool.
But it wasn't working. And so I hit them up on Twitter, and then they hit me up like, hey, if you want a beta test, you can do that.
Nice.
So I did, and they fixed it, but it's not updated yet. Yeah. But yeah, it works pretty well.
I am a beta tester for Destiny 2.
Nice. That's pretty sweet.
It's fucking public. Like if you pre-order, you get
I
to
was like, I'm a
download it.
beta tester for iOS 11.
I beta test Battlefield 1 CTE.
I'm a beta tester for Untapped. How about that?
Nice. All right, let's do this. Talamantes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Um,
You have to enunciate it though.
Talamantes.
I mean, people that are closer to me just say tamales. So
Tamales.
it's not even.
Jacob Tamales.
Don't get choke up on that mic.
Jacob.
To add on to that,
There you go.
my grandparents actually used to own taqueria, and so they're
Jesus
Oh, really?
yeah, they actually made legit tamales. So
Nice. That's cool.
They should call it janky tamales. This
Well,
is
that was before I was
perfect.
born, though. So
Oh, the leather.
Blurp.
We can put a new leather strap on there. All right, hang on. Let's
now
get
it's vegan.
this going. We are recording. Yes, John.
Hi.
Kyle
Yeah.
wanted to be sure.
Yeah, I told Kyle to fuck off.
Okay.
I did.
You guys, we're not recording.
Welcome to Four Brewers. My name is Matt Becker, and as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer.
Greg Nagel.
not Jason Harris.
No, Jason Harris. Jason's in
He's
the
floundering.
Pacific Northwest right now.
He's a goonie.
Yes.
I think he's literally driving on the road right now
Yeah,
as we're recording this.
He's literally a goonie right now.
But filling in for Jason is our friend Jacob Talamantes. What's up, dude?
Hello.
First timer.
Yeah,
on
I'm
the show.
excited.
Cool.
The Verge.
You brought some.
I'm ready
What's
to pop
it?
my post
I
cherry.
was just going to say, Jacob, aside from being a social media person that I've known for a while, you work at Sour Cellars
Here and there.
Rancho. You used to work at Roke House, right?
a little bit.
Back
Well,
in the
was,
day.
Yeah, here and I've been.
Just kinda
here and
float
there,
around.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
gotten around in the IEC.
And has a YouTube channel called Craft Cascade that he does with Roshni and David. Is that their names, right?
Yeah, when they're available.
When they're,
Right on.
yeah, it's a rotating cast. So yeah, just a little insight on who Jacob is. He's a local beer geek.
Thank you for
Follow
the shout
his
out.
stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you brought some beers with us. We're going to do that on a later show, but for this show, I am super stoked because we got a bunch of Prost beers. Sean, who sent us all these Prost beers?
We got an email from Nick Krenz, who lives in the Fort Collins area, and he heard us talking in one of our episodes that we wanted to do a pro show. Like, we always talk about doing a pro show because Prost is the shit. And
First show, pro
and
show.
we can't get it here. So Jason was actually talking about he was supposed to go to Denver in August for work, which now he's not going, and so this kind of works out. But he was going to bring back beers when he went to Denver, and Nick said, "Hey, I'll just mail you beers if you want." And so he hit us up,
And he made it rain.
yeah, he was like, "I don't know what you guys want," and I go, "Well, I know they do 6-packs, but we don't need 6 beers of each unless you want to, like, we'll take all the beer you want to send, but that's going to get kind of pricey." So I said, just send a couple of each, and then if there's anything special, because they do crowlers now, if there's anything special that you want to send us, send us that too. So he basically sent us all of their mainstays and then a growler of alt beer and some other stuff too that we're going to do in another show, like little bonus beers. So
For a little bit of background, I remember, was it the first year that we went to GABF with MBT? Was it
I'm not
first? It
sure.
was the first or second year that
talking
we
about
went.
the first time we went to Pros?
The first time we went to Prost, yeah. We found out there was like this German style brewery.
Yeah, we did because we did a show.
We did a show there,
and
yeah.
they give us a tour of their awesome brewery.
Yeah, like right when they first opened. So you can check out the first Pro show that we did. But we were like universally blown away by this brewery. I mean, they have their brew house they found at like a German brewery that closed down, and they just essentially ripped the entire thing out and plopped it down in this brewery in Denver, and they're making like authentic about the most authentic German style beer as I've ever had in the US. At least that's available.
Yeah,
to
they
us.
quite literally ripped it out of the brewery. Like, they had to blow a hole in the wall and
Holy
rip
crap.
it out. Yeah, it was.
And it's
it
a
was
gorgeous
nuts.
copper brew house. It's not
wow.
like
And it's
stainless
actually-
steel thing.
Yeah, it's actually
all
Did you
copper.
tours?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah.
that's something that you have to show off.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And,
took
like,
a bunch of photos. They're on, I think, New Brew Thursday's Flickr page, but I'll link to them in our on the post too.
Yeah,
'cause it's amazing,
dude. It's crazy. They have like you look at the old timey breweries. They've got like like the twisty wheels that are like hanging out of like that are like sticking out of the ground. They like have those.
It's like
and
a
they
manhole
work.
cover. Yeah.
And there's
They
like
actually
there's a
work.
console, like I guess
Like
it's
the control-
valves
the
and
the
stuff.
control panel, yeah.
But
That's
all in
I
German,
thought
yeah.
it didn't work, but I guess it does.
It actually
work.
does. Yeah, it actually
it's-
does work. And like it's a 2-vessel brew house. They decoct everything. They do a decoction mash on literally everything.
I want to say the mash tun has like copper chains in it or something weird, like chains for something, for like, I don't know, agitating.
Oh, maybe it's like that instead of rakes, like an old
exactly.
form of rake or something.
It's really bizarre to look at.
yeah.
but-
It's very like super old school and amazing.
And it's very efficient too, from what I imagine, because copper holds its heat. So if they're doing multiple brews in a day, they don't have to continually manage water temp and stuff like that. They can kind of like their kettles and stuff are all like preheated and they keep their temp over the day.
Yeah. And it's
cool.
just it's so interesting, like seeing like this level of dedication to German style brewing. And it's not even German. I mean, you look at like Firestone Walker, they're very German inspired, but as far as this, it's like, decocting everything in the giant, it's just so pretty.
And all the
So
ingredients,
pretty.
you won't find any Brees sitting around there.
Yeah, it's not going to be an American Turo in there.
Environment and what's the other big German maltster?
Oh, best
malts, yeah.
the best malts.
The best malts in
They're
the
making
world.
the best malts in the world. Speaking of best malts, we're drinking the Pilsner right now.
Oh, this is great.
We started with the
Yeah.
pills. It's hard to choose what to start with because there's literally a Pils, there's a Kolsch, there's a Helles, and it's like we could start with any of these. So
Yeah, we have 7 beers, and we're pretty much covering like all of our German beer style bases. So we're starting with the Pilsner right now.
I will say, if I had seen this on the shelf, I probably would have ignored it because this is a very boring.
Yeah,
plain-
it's kind of old school like that, where it's very
Very old
plain,
school,
very
yeah.
simple. Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
I don't think I would have known
Yeah.
how just genuine this beer was going to be. In taste.
If you know the brewery though, it fits in quite well with their motif and like the theme of the place.
It's very
'cause
simple.
They try to keep the brewery and tasting room itself kind of authentic to like a Oktoberfest kind of vibe.
yeah,
They have the
very
long
very
benches. and-
Sherman beer hall type stuff.
Yeah, it's a small tasting
Pretzels.
room unless they've expanded. But
So I have the pretzels.
I see what you're saying though. I bet
going to be doing my bad German accent this entire show.
As expected.
but for a brewery that makes traditional German beer, like I don't know how flashy they should be.
For
you
sure,
know, like
yeah.
kinda, so
Yeah, it's really it's like Germans are kind of like the antithesis of like that American thing where it's like big loud labels and kind of brash everything. And
well, I don't know. They get kind of loud. They got artistic labels and
Yeah, Freigeist is in
Yeah.
Cologne, and they're doing some pretty flashy stuff.
that's true.
even like the traditional brewers. They it's not flashy, but it's very artistic and not.
That's true. It's more
just text and
maybe
color.
like more classical, I guess.
I blame Denver more than anything. I don't blame the Germans.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny though. Like it seems like at this point, like by simplifying, you can stand out just by doing that. I mean, look at Modern Times. Like
Yeah,
their stuff is so like stripped down that you compare it to other breweries, and it's kind of striking the fact that it's so simple.
But this
This
beer,
beer,
This beer is a Pilsner.
yeah,
It's got that cracker,
Oh,
crackery. Yeah,
you can smell it, and
the noble hop.
yeah, it's really got that just like herbal Hallertau, like floral like pop to it.
Floral and herbal
Yeah.
with crackers.
Floral and Herbal was my favorite Morning Z radio show.
it just
Floral and
smells
with Floral and Herbal.
so good.
is that a
Like-
Denver local?
Yeah, exactly. That's the Denver German Morning Zoo show.
And the thing with Prost, if you're ever in Denver, you're probably there for GABF or whatever, and you're probably going to go to this brewery, and you're probably going to go, I just want like a half of something, and then end up like drinking like 2 liters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Ubering back to your hotel and taking a little nap.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then you wake up and you want to go back and then recreate that whole experience and then maybe go back. I mean, it's like there's GABF happening,
Yeah.
but you just want to go to Prost and,
Prost is
that
kind of
vibe
like
is rad.
it's like the retreat. Honestly, there's like so much chaos and
then
shit happening
it's
that
everybody
like,
is there too.
Yeah.
It's like unofficial. Like
Like
last
family
time I was
reunion
there, was
type
like, hey, it's Evan Price, and there's all these people that
Yeah. Well, it's funny because
Drunk.
like especially with GABF, like all the breweries really want to like break out all their crazy, wild, fun stuff, and so like Prost is where you go where you just want a beer.
You just want a beer.
You just want a fucking beer.
And a lot
you
of it.
know? Yeah, and a lot of it, exactly. It's funny because there's like, because you park at Prost and like around the corner, there's like a place, it's like a food hall, like a high-end food hall type thing where there's like a bunch of like small restaurants and like a common eating area, like that kind of thing. I remember the last time I was there, we went to Prost and again, like you're like, oh, I'll just have one. And that ends up being 1 liter.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
The
and
other
like-
use cask beer.
Oh, really?
So I hit both in like one like bus trip, and Oh my god, they're like, we're going to Prost and we're going to Hogshead and we're going somewhere else. And I was like,
Well,
I just want to stay here.
It's one
Bye.
of those, dude. For me, it was like we're drinking at Prost. We end up having a liter, and we stand up, and you're like, we're not going anywhere yet.
Gotta pee.
Yeah.
Yep. Last time I was there, it was, I think I had probably 6 liters like of beer. Like,
No way.
Wow.
dude! It was
Did they
it
serve
was
it to you in
so
mugs?
like they have the big
Oh, they got
dimpled
Steins.
mugs.
Yeah, they got serious dimpled mugs. Yeah.
That explains why you peed in the bathtub.
Did I pee in the bathtub? Oh, yeah.
That's better than the closet.
Gotta go. I can think of where at least it has a
Yeah,
drain.
yeah.
Right? Like I can think of a lot worse places.
That
to pee.
explains the ham.
That place is so like comfortable and fun to drink at, and it's like just mellow and laid back, and the beers are really, really good.
They're so on point. I've never had anything from them that I didn't think was the best possible version of the
But
style.
the
Seriously.
Pilsner, like we're moving on to the Kolsch now, but the Pilsner is just super clean. Like it's like the perfect Pilsner for
Yeah.
me. Like
Yeah.
it's got that right amount of bitterness to offset the malts. It's not super dry.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't strip all the moisture out of your mouth, but it isn't like too sweet.
It's
or
not
anything.
over
It's like-
extracted too. I think a lot of pilsners can people try too hard, and they end up like getting this over graininess to them.
I think that has. I think that has a lot to do with people like want to brew pilsner and they don't realize that you need to adjust your water like super hardcore because you're only using one super duper pale malt.
That's probably it, and it really
so-
stands out.
Yeah, and so especially around here because the water is so hard, when your pH starts to crawl up, especially at the end of your lauter, you can extract all of those really like
The gross tannins.
from the grain husk and stuff. Yeah,
It's
people,
husky.
Yeah, it's people not paying attention to the pH of their lauter.
Matt, what were you saying, John?
Oh, I was going to say too. It's a little on the bitter side for me for a Pilsner, but I like that. It comes off actually more refreshing when it's a little more bitter like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a
So-
hoppy pills, but definitely there's a bitter edge to it.
Yeah, it's not a hoppy Pils, but it's on the bitter side of a
if
Pils.
they did
I
it,
think
if they did a fucking hoppy pills, I would spooge.
I would imagine they do. They
I
do those-
already spooched.
They also do those
Right now.
German like
Clean up in Matt's pants.
mixed drinks there.
Oh yeah, they do like
With Coke.
like
and-
yeah, they mix like
That's a big-
alt and Coke or something like
yeah,
that.
that's a German like they do that over there.
that's
in
a very
Germany.
particularly
Yeah.
German thing. Yeah, and it's so funny because everyone's like, "Oh, the Germans are so pure about their
Pure-
beer," and
no,
then they're mixing it
fuck
with
no.
Coca-Cola. You're like, "What the fuck is this?"
I guess that's like with Spain mixing it with their wine.
Yeah,
They
that's
do
Is that
as
a thing?
That's a
Yeah.
new trend.
I didn't know that
Coke
was
and
a
wine.
thing.
Yeah.
That's creeping over here. I've
Really?
seen that. I've
Yeah,
seen that on a
something.
few bar
I mean,
menus over here.
I'm a big fan of Coca-Cola, but like mixing it with other things,
it's
it
really
still seems
Spain's
like odd.
their jam.
I've tried it, dude, and it's really fucking good.
Really?
You got to try it. I'll
like
send you
fucking-
a recipe.
Fucking like Barolo and Coke or something.
It was really goddamn good.
Okay. But we have moved on to the Kolsch, and like
This is
just
the ale.
Yeah, this just like
I have a
it's-
confession.
What's that?
I've never had a Kolsch that I enjoyed until now.
Ah,
This doesn't taste like I feel like any other Kolsch that I've had, and so I've stayed away from them.
What do you usually not like about Kolsch? Can you think off
It
the top of your
reminds
head?
me of THP, like the weediness about some of them. I'm just not a fan. It's
THC?
THP.
ATHP.
What is it?
You said
Uh,
weed.
Tetrahydropyridine.
not that one.
Yeah,
Oh.
tetrahydropyridine. That like
Yeah,
the Honey Nut
So,
Cheerios thing.
Yeah, but it not in a good way. And I've just gotten that, and I'm like, I don't. Now that I know what it is, there shouldn't be any in a Kolsch. So it must be something else. But it's just that's the way I taste it, and it's just weird. And I never liked Kolsch's for the longest time, and now I'm having this. And like, this doesn't taste like what I've thought of a
Awesome.
Kolsch to be.
What's the legit one that we get over here? Kronbacher?
There's 3. We get Reisdorf. We get
Reisdorf is really good.
We get Reisdorf. We get Sooner, and there's a third one that we actually there's
Is
a
it
fourth.
Kronbacher?
No,
I don't know
I
what
don't
that
think.
is.
I don't. No, Kronbacher is different.
Okay.
Reisdorf, Sooner.
Reisdorf is the
And-
one I'm probably thinking of.
That's the red bottle.
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
with the red label.
That's
yeah.
really delicious. You
Yeah,
gotta try it.
there's 3. There's a red label, a green label, and a blue label, and I can't remember which. I think Sooner is the green one.
The problem is finding them fresh because they kind of go downhill.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't last.
So
very
yeah, that's
often.
another problem. Is I might have even had one of those, and it was already downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's
you know.
interesting, like smelling
Hofbrauhaus,
this,
maybe.
and the way that like that fruitiness of like the yeast actually comes through, because you always think of German yeast as being really clean, but when you compare it to having like a Pilsner right next to it, there's like a certain esteriness
got a
that,
bite, yeah.
that definitely shows, you know, along with that, you know, really like bready, you know, Pilsner malt type thing.
Yeah, Sooner is the green label with little.
Gaffel, Gaffel, Gaffel Kolsch. Those
Gaffel.
yeah.
Oh
those,
yeah,
those are
there
the
it
3.
is. Cool.
Yeah, I'm getting over a cold, so my olfactory isn't like up to snuff today. But the beer smells delicious. and it is tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
definitely
I'm not
getting
picking apart anything today.
those fruity esters from this, and I think that was what I was first surprised with when I smelled it. I was like, okay, that's a smell that I've not associated with Kolsch before.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. You always assume that Kolsch is just like trying to be like light beer, you know, like light
Yeah.
lager or something, or
Yeah.
blonde ale. And that's another issue too, is that a lot of times people will call their Kolsch a blonde or vice versa. And so it doesn't really, because I mean, Kolsch is something that's very specific, you know?
Yeah.
It
And
comes
so-
from Cologne, Germany.
Yeah. And
Which is on
you know,
the Rhine River.
There's like a small percentage of wheat in it, but it's primarily just Pilsner malt and then like a very particular yeast strain too. And so when you start to deviate from that, you got a blonde ale, it's not a Kolsch. So
Yeah. I've probably had some of those like blonde Kolsch's.
Yeah, going
Yeah,
to
exactly.
last week's episode where we had the Boulevard Kolsch. This is not that.
Yeah.
Boulevards, they even call it an American Kolsch, and then it says golden ale.
Right.
So it's probably like a beer that's fermented with like Kolsch yeast, but it's
Yeah.
really stripped back on the malts and made to be, you know, kind of a mellow, drinkable beer.
Maybe it uses like, you know, a percenent of two-row instead of Pilsner malt.
So how would you
Right.
compare that one to this one? Because I don't think I've had the Oma Gang one, at least not recently.
the Boulevard Kolsch.
Or Boulevard.
Same thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's a pale ale, dude.
It's just it doesn't have the same estery aroma as this. This has more of a biscuity kind of aroma too, where that one it's just I don't know. It's you get kind of the Kolsch aroma from it without any of the other stuff that's coming from this one, as far as I can tell.
Honestly, like I don't remember that much about the Boulevard Kolsch, except that it was just so relieving,
Right.
to drink that after all
Libertine.
those Libertine beers, dude.
Yeah, that was a brutal show.
I was so surprised because I mean I've only had like 2 of their beers, but I thought they were okay, and I was like, and then I heard that, and it was,
It was painful.
It was harsh.
We were not exaggerating either. Like it was.
it hurt. Some of
There was
those
no
like
way to be
physically
nice.
hurt. Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
god,
Kolsch is also an appellation of Cologne. Like
Yes.
it's one of those things where you can't just. That's why you have to call it a style, whatever.
Yeah, Kolsch style. Yeah.
By the way, I'm eating some pickled hop shoots.
Oh, the pickled hop shoots. We should talk about these.
I've had like 10 now.
I don't know if I want those. Those look kind of weird.
Dude,
they're
actually
you
pretty
try
good.
it. Try it, man.
Look
yeah.
at this thing.
You like pickled asparagus?
I don't know. I don't know if I've had pickled
do you like
asparagus.
pickles?
I like asparagus.
Do you like
and
pickles?
I'm okay with pickles, I
Here,
guess.
just try
You'll
it.
probably be okay with these.
Okay, so
Pickled hop shoots.
Yeah,
Are,
so
Oh, this looks so gross.
okay, so I used to work at O'Shea Brewing in South Orange County. It's a homebrew store, and Jeff, the owner,
What am I doing?
just eat it. Jeff, the owner, one day he's like, "Here, try these," and they looked like essentially like twigs, green twigs in a
Floppy
jar.
green twigs.
And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "They're pickled hop shoots." So what they do is hop farmers will take literally the first shoot that grows out of the ground of hop, they'll cut it off and they'll pickle it, and it's a German delicacy.
I think it's delicious.
Yeah, and like I have these. Jeff gave me these to me this one time, and I thought they were delicious, and I've never had them again. And
He needs a beer.
oh, sorry, hang on.
And down.
And down the hatch.
But,
they're not bad.
Tastes like pickled anything, really.
It tastes like you're eating a plant that tastes like a pickle. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd
Hence the
want
pickling.
pickled hop shoots. I mean,
I want them in a sandwich.
then
I think
again, a pickled cucumber
I'd want it on
tastes like a
potato
cucumber
salad.
that's been, I don't know.
German potato salad.
Yeah, chop them up, put them.
Yeah, I want it
With
on
your
something.
sauerkraut and-
I just can't eat them out of the
Put it
jar.
on some Weisswurst or something like that.
There you go. But anyways, like I was never able to find these things again, and then it turns out Hops Direct, hopsdirect.com, Peterburg Farm.
.com.
They had some on their website, and I've been looking at their website like once a month for like the last year, waiting for them to get these back in stock, and they finally did. So you can get them
How much was
on,
it?
on Hops Direct. I think it wasn't cheap. This jar was probably like $9, $10, something like that,
Okay,
plus shipping.
okay.
So you can get 12-ounce jars, and you can get a 64-ounce jar.
Yes.
Oh, fuck off.
So
Yum, dude.
Yeah, you
Thanks
guys
for
really
bringing
like
those.
pickled hop shoots in that case.
yeah, seriously. Or
I
that could be
want
for like
some.
a restaurant or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That was tasty.
eating the pickled hop shoots. The
salad.
first growth of the hops.
So we just poured...
pickles.
Sorry.
That one got
Coughed
great.
up lung.
Matt, give me the hop shoots.
Okay.
Pass the hop shoots, bro.
Here, give me the lid.
Hey, bro, can you pass the hop shoots? Thanks for the hop shoots.
Thanks, Steve-O. Steve, the delivery driver, is a very cultured fella.
We just poured,
got those hot shoots, bro. They're amazing.
dude, bro. We just poured the Helles.
The Helles.
My dad's German, so we just kind of grew up with him.
Dude.
Yeah, you know, I spend most of my time on the waves, but I'm actually a pretty cultured guy.
Stop making me.
Need a cool buzz, cold beer, and some pickled hop
man.
shoots, bro.
They're not gross. Just try them.
For real, dude.
Yeah, I was crushing some waves. Just had some pickle hop shoots after. Oh my god.
It's so refreshing. They just like,
I was like,
it's just like that with like the salt water that's in your nose. It's just like an amazing combo.
dude, I just pop in my mouth. Wabam.
Wooza!
And wabah. Zane bah.
You just get this overwhelming sense of like umami.
Namaste, bro.
It's got like a perfect
Namaste.
blend of tartness and earthiness.
Namaste, bro.
They're so tender.
Eat some pickle hop shoots. Namaste.
Namaste, bro.
They're vegan.
They are, as a matter of fact. All right, so we've moved on to the Helles.
And it's delicious. This is my jam.
Oh, Jesus. This is so good.
The Pils was really good too, but yeah, I don't know something about this one.
It's a little softer. I think a little less carbonation than the pills. For
I think it's
maybe
way softer and way less bitter than
Yeah,
the Pills was.
it's a lot
per design because
Yeah.
You know the history of Helles is because Munich has their water is really fucking hard, and whenever you have really hard water and you try and hop a beer, it's going to be really harsh.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, Munich Helles was born out of how do we make this light Pilsner style beer? So they just made the Helles with less hops.
Yep. And it's really soft and
Really touchy.
yeah, it's soft. It's like soft and pillowy. You know what I mean? It's like a pillow for your tongue.
I think
This is my
what I
favorite
want
of
in
the
the
three.
morning. Yeah, or morning. You know.
So breakfast beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is also why I wanted to do the Prost beer first, because like there are all these nice, soft, just easy, flavorful beers.
Delicious
Before we move on
beers.
to big ass
Yeah.
Belgian Travis beers.
One of the things that it's kind of cool about doing these, all side by side, is way back in the day when I was learning about beer and stuff. Taps in Brea was one of those spots that Victor Novak brewed all these like legit Euro style beers, and I went in and I got a flight of all Pilsners. He had 4 different Pilsners on.
Wow.
Really? I'm like, who does that?
Yeah.
And there was a Bohemian. He had the German style pills. He had a Keller pills and some other pills. I don't know.
like an
American style,
hot,
yeah.
an American hot
And it was all like, these are totally different beers. And that was like, that blew my mind.
nice.
Yeah, I think especially for me getting into craft beer, I probably did not able to tell the difference between the styles, but now having them all 3 of these right in a row, yeah, they're all very distinct and very
And
different.
and it's funny because like freshness is such a thing with German style beer. It's very rare that you can take all of these German styles and put them all in the same place and have them all relatively fresh. I mean, you can do that. You can go to Totes Wine and get a bunch of Weizenstephan beers, but who knows how long they've been sitting there. Yeah, and so like
Luckily, they hold up sort of well.
Yeah, they do.
yeah, Weizenstephan of all breweries is going to have pretty good
I
shelf
direct
life.
everybody to, yeah. There was a restaurant that was like, we're looking for a good, half, what do you see? I'm like, either Franziskaner or don't get anything American, dude.
Yeah, Franzi, dude. You can never go wrong with the Franzi.
Franzi or Weizenstephaner. If you can find either. Whatever keg's cheaper.
Yeah, this has like a nice sweet edge to it for me too. That
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it definitely has a sweeter pop to it.
man, balanced with that or offset with the Pills, like so good. I think I would have started with this, went with the
Oh, for
Kolsch,
sure.
and then went to the Pills after that. Just
Do a
in
little-
terms of the lighter beers that we have here. So
German beer cuvee.
I wonder what the
Just like
ABVs
Wendell.
on all these are.
the who?
I wonder what the ABVs on these first 3 beers were.
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm sure it says on
Probably
the
low. It doesn't say.
Yeah, no, nothing.
There's just plain German beers.
It's probably on the
You
packaging. The box.
need to know the alcohol. It is low.
They all look pretty fine as well. And they're not super duper clear. I don't think they filter. They probably biofine or something. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Or if they do filter, it's pretty coarse.
I would imagine they're lagering these for
An extended period of time, yeah,
For a while,
yeah.
right?
That's one thing that you
gonna
notice
clear beer
too.
up.
Like when you walk into the place, is they have really big lagering tanks, like actual horizontal lagering tanks.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Should we do Dunkel or the Weiss beer?
Let's do the Weiss beer next.
Okay. We're staying light.
Yep. Staying on the light side.
Staying light. Staying light.
Oh,
Oh, good job, Greg.
Oh, nice and fluffy head. Fluffy head.
ooh.
Per design. And it is cloudy. It's got, smells juicy. It's banana juicy.
At least snuck in an IPA in here. How about
Yeah,
that?
did you get this beer yet?
No.
Because I feel like you're getting like not very much.
Oh no,
Well, there's other
I'm
bottles
good.
too if you
I'm
want to
good.
crack another.
Yeah, I'm getting plenty.
This is a style I don't have very much of. It's been
Matt,
been a
give me the
while.
bottle.
I love Weiss beers. Now, what's the difference between a Weiss beer and a Hefeweizen?
What?
Your mom?
What's the difference between a Weiss beer and a Hefeweizen?
Hefe means with yeast.
But there's yeast in here.
So who the fuck knows?
I don't know.
Just shut up and drink it, Greg.
Oh my god, this is delicious.
This has that circus peanuts candy sort of banana vibe, kind of bubblegummy.
God, this is
Circus
super
peanuts.
fruity.
Yeah, those like little foamy circus peanuts candies.
Never actually eaten those before.
Oh.
I didn't know they're edible.
Yeah, you can get them in like a 10-pound sack for like $1.50 at
My God.
Pick and Save.
Wait, what are? What are
Those like orange circus peanuts
The little
candies. They're
squishy
little
foamy
foamy.
things.
the
Yeah.
pink ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's totally like a Smart and Final type purchase right there.
Right? Like
Yeah.
a little
Speaking
bit
of-
better than candy corn.
Pick and Save. You know they did a beer series with the full pint?
A Pick
What?
and Save?
Yeah, they sent like Danny and John
Wait,
to.
Pick and Save is still open?
I think
I mean,
it's the, I
it's
think
Best
it's the
Lots.
same.
It's big. It's big lots,
Big lots,
now.
best lots, whatever. Big lots.
Okay.
Is it Big Lot? No,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
Big
it was
Lots
Pick and
now.
Save.
Pick and Save hasn't been Pick and Save in years.
I know.
At least
Petco?
a decade.
Anyway, it was either Big Lots or Pick and Save, and they did a series with Johnny and Danny where they went to like the Midwest and drank beers. They went to a fest and they filmed. It's like all professionally done. It's bizarre. It's on the Full Pints
It's
website.
bizarre.
I'm gonna check it.
Really?
When I first saw it, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Somebody in the
And
chat
it's a
link to
thing.
that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, seriously. Do some research, chat people. Kyle, jump on it.
Chat people, activate.
Um,
I don't know.
yeah, this is awesome.
Oh my god.
I mean,
yes.
it's nice because it's banana, but it's not like so banana in your face that it's
No.
offensive.
exactly.
Because that's the problem with a lot of people trying to do like traditional German style Weiss beer is they end up being like giant banana bombs,
Yeah.
and like that's just offensive.
I mean, it's just a fermentation temp thing. You know, I've made a lot of Weiss beers in my day, and Dunkel Weissens, and it's all temperature. Like even within 1 or 2 degrees, you're going to get exponential banana. If it's like
Exponential banana. Exponential banana. That's a beer name, right?
it's going to be a banavalanche at some point.
A banana? Oh my god!
Well, and it has a lot to do with yeast choice too, because there's a surprisingly wide variety of hef yeasts
Yeah.
out there. You know, I mean, there's like half a
You
dozen.
get the
that you can
Bavarian
get.
one from White Labs. I don't remember the number, but I've used that one a couple of times, and I've just it's way over the top.
Yeah,
Way
there's
over the top banana.
Yeah, there's like some.
Or
I
clove.
forget. I think there's two that Y Yeast sells, and one of them is a giant banana bomb, and the other is pretty clovey actually, which I prefer. You know, I prefer.
I like the banana. but
hefts to be a little bit more on like the clove side, but
I like to go on the fruity side, but balance is key. Really, you're just hoping for not over the top. You know,
yeah, exactly.
this is delicious though. Goddamn.
Again, it's that really like soft, pillowy mouth
Super
feel.
soft.
Yeah.
Is what
And you can
makes
tell
it.
this is one where they double, I think, decoct, or maybe they're doing that to all their beers.
They literally decoct every single
Okay.
one of their beers. Like they decoct the Kolsch. They do a single decoction, but they still do it.
Okay.
You know,
I think this one's maybe double decoction or something. I don't know. Because of wheat.
Yeah, it actually is like a little bit on the darker side. So I imagine they would like boil it a little bit long.
I think they're doing a
At
rest for every single for each grain, maybe. I don't know.
They got 3 grains, 3 rests.
Each grain has their own preferred rest.
Yeah, guys, it's Pick and Save.
What?
It's
Whoa.
fucking Pick and Save. Yeah,
Dude, Pick and Save hasn't been around in
Yeah, right?
10 years, right? And
I don't
the
know-
Full
I don't know
Pint
if it's
is
the same
celebrating
thing.
their 10th.
Well, how long ago was the video though?
This year.
Oh.
Yeah.
wow.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe they still
you know
have
what?
Pick and Saves.
This has got to be like a Midwestern thing because I think the old Pick and Save that was here that was now Big Lots was PIC
Perhaps.
and Save,
Oh,
and this
God.
one is PICK.
How is that not a lawsuit?
Yes. Well, if they
they're
don't
not around
they don't
anymore.
exist
Yeah,
anymore.
that's true.
You know?
We used to call it pick and spit.
Pick and spit.
What?
I don't know. That's what we called it.
Because that's what you do with your boogers.
I guess. I don't know. Pick and spit.
Spit.
After you put them in your mouth.
Let's just
Or the
not.
pick and shave.
Pick and shave. Ew. That sounds even more gross.
Man, this beer
That's
is
not
so
what I
good,
want to be
though.
thinking of when I drink this beer.
Yeah, seriously.
Pick and shit.
Pick and shit. Ew.
Greg. Greg's
Greg's just going for
come
it.
on.
And
Greg is just going for it.
shovel.
This
All
is
right.
the pro show. Don't talk about pick and shit.
First show, pro show.
For show, pro show.
We should start every recording session with a pro,
Pro show. It's like, oh, fucking first show, pro show. What's next? Is it the Dunkel?
Let's go Dunkel.
I'm
Don't
taking
go
my
mean-
time with this
I
guy.
know,
It's
right?
so good.
It's pretty good. If you want to save it, you can grab another glass and keep moving.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I mean, there's not much left.
We also have a dumpa. I'm going to use the dumpa.
The dumper. Have to feed all the delicious beers into the dumper.
Oh, there it goes.
It's very well
To the
done.
dumpa it goes.
Are we going to make a Prost Cuvee?
I don't think we can. I think
So
we've
far,
actually just
there you go.
drank most of it.
So, German Dunkel.
Tell us about German Dunkel, Greg. I think this is
All
like a far less known style.
It's a dark lager. You don't see too many dark lagers in the world except for like Logarithm or whatever.
yeah,
kind of,
American amber lagers are pretty common, but
Yeah,
I think I
and
had one from Mexico not too long ago.
Dunkel is a Munich style. I don't know where it existed, but it's one of those really old ass German style of beers.
Yeah, Munich.
Yeah, it's
Munich Dunkel.
And I think they range anywhere from they're kind of like a light brown to like deep amber. They can go anywhere up to like the Schwarzbier territory of dark, which is like the darkest German lager.
Here you go. According to Prost's website, this is a dark amber lager made in the world. This is a dark amber lager made in the world famous brewing area around Bamberg, Germany. They are characterized by their smooth malty flavor. The Franconian version differs from the dark lagers of Bavaria by being slightly stronger and drier. Dunkels have a distinctive malty flavor that comes from a special brewing technique called decoction mashing. We're reviving the Altfrankisches Dunkel beer from the Hummer Brewery in Brettenbrau. The brewery whose brew house now resides in Denver, Colorado. Prost. So this is the
Sweet.
this is based on the beer that their former brew house was at the brewery that the former brew
So
house
that's Franconian. It's very nutty.
Franconian, which is my favorite Outkast album.
Franco-American.
It's made with Munich Pils and Carafa, hops are Hallertau Tradition, 5.2%. The Pils is 4.5%, by the way. The Helles is 5%. And
Kolsch.
the Kolsch is not on the lager page.
Okay. It's on ales.
Yep. There's that liquid bread thing, man.
It
This
is,
is very aromatic.
yeah, I get nuttiness as alongside like that pizza crust. Wood-fired pizza dough.
Yeah, seriously, good call.
You know what I mean?
It has that like toasted umami, like like almost savory thing that happens when you like the Maillard.
Yeah, whenever you get pizza and you throw it in a brick oven and it bubbles up, and then that's the part that gets kind of black.
That's what it smells like.
Yum,
That's
dude.
totally what it
It's
smells
so
like.
specific but so accurate.
It's the Maillard reactions, dude.
Maillard. Whoever Maillard is,
Greg
he's
is
a
our
genius.
Gary Vaynerchuk.
Wait, what
This
is
beer
that? What
tastes
is
like
that-
Gary
what does that
Vaynerchuk.
mean? What does that mean?
He's a wine guy.
Oh,
When he had Wine Library TV. I've talked about this before.
oh yeah.
But he's very descriptive about like what he smells and tastes. One example is he would smell a wine. If it smelled rubbery, he'd say it reminded him of walking through the bike aisle at Kmart.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Oh, man.
immediately think of that.
Yeah.
Like so, the whole pizza dough thing. Yeah, that's exactly what this smells like.
Which is such a pleasant
This is so good.
pleasant thing. Oh my god!
If you
I
like
wanna-
pizza, yeah.
here's something that you want to you want to just drink a liter of. You know,
I couldn't drink a liter of this.
really?
This is so fucking good.
It's so
This
goddamn
is so
good.
fucking good. This is like hitting me in my happy spot.
Yeah, this
so
is good.
much. So hard.
It's not a liter beer for me. It's
It's
I'll,
tinky.
Yeah, no, me either.
I'll take the other half of your liter.
okay.
It's very dry and crisp on the finish. There's not. It cleans up so well. on
It's
your palate.
it's surprisingly not sweet at all. You know, I mean, it is a little tiny bit, but it's not as like you expect it to be like fuller, but it's surprisingly dry.
Dry as a bone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was at Chicago a couple weeks ago, and we stopped in Peace Brewing, which is like peace as in like piece of pizza.
Mm-hmm.
And they
been
had
there.
beer called Dark Beer, which is essentially this.
Peace Brewing. I have a memory of Peace Brewing. We were filming the I'm a Craft Beer Drinker video there, and I was majorly hungover from the night before. And Bill's like, "Yeah, they have great pizza. Like they're a pizza
The
place."
pizza's amazing.
And this motherfucker gets pizza with sardines on it. And he brings me a piece, and I'm like, "You got to be fucking kidding me!" And I want to throw up, man. He's like, "No, this is the best. This is
to try.
this is the only kind of pizza you should eat." And I'm like, "You're fucking high, dude." And I didn't have any pizza.
Sardines.
I felt sick.
Or anchovies.
Matt
Which one?
Bonney was there, and he was also very hungover too.
Oh, nice.
So
Chicago is very easy to be hungover.
yeah, that was
very
during
humid and
CBC.
sweaty.
Actually, we went there for the Craft Brewers Conference.
Oh, by the way, the Kolsch is Pils malt and German wheat, 4.6%, 22 IBUs. Hallertau, Mittelfrüh, and Tradition.
The Mittelfrüh.
Yes, dude. I think
crushed mine already.
Yeah, I think if we're going to be sticking with the darker stuff, let's hit up the alt beer.
Alt is
This is a crowler of alt beer.
A crowler of alt beer.
Alt is in the same region as the Kolsch.
So an alt beer. What exactly is an alt beer?
Alt beer is an ale that's becoming very popular in the pro brewing beer garden. With its copper color, slight hop presence, clean flavor, and dry finish, it's definitely a winner.
That was very specific.
Yeah, I know, right? It may not be as hale as a Hefeweizen or as popular as a Pils, but our alt is every bit as delicious. Okay, so that didn't say a damn
Okay,
thing.
my question is, what is the style of alt beer?
Alt is the first homebrew I did back in 1990 was an alt beer, and the reason that we bought the alt beer kit was because we were into like Depeche Mode, New Order at the time, and we liked alt,
They're
like alternative.
It's everything.
beer. Knew nothing about beer at the time. We're like, alt, dude. Like, we want the alternative beer,
Bro, mainstream.
It was the 90s.
Pass me the hop sheets, bro.
Reach out and touch beer.
It's in a warmer. The reason why Munich does lagers is because their climate and their temperature and their of how their season is. They're forced to use brew lagers. Sorry,
Right.
I'm blah.
Same.
Brain farting.
It's all good. It happens to me all the time.
But in different regions of Germany, just like in California or whatever, how California Common was born because it's warmer climate. Those Germans moved over to San Francisco and they started brewing. They tried to brew their lager, but their yeast, obviously they couldn't get it cold enough. So they just fermented their stuff at a warmer temp. And the yeast kind of
Adapted
mutates
over
and
time.
gets used to it. And they figure out how to make these beers more pleasant over time. And over 400 years, you have alt.
Science.
Yeah, like the alt beer yeast is really interesting because it's a quote unquote hybrid yeast where like California common yeast and like Kolsch yeast, it's not fermented as high of temperatures as regular.
I wonder if it's a
ale yeast.
I wonder if they can DNA pick it apart and see if it's a Cerevisier or a Pasteurianus.
Yeah, that's a good question. But it's essentially an ale yeast, but you ferment it at like 60 degrees, which is like pretty low.
pretty low.
Pretty low.
It's
for
like mock
ale
lager.
yeast. Yeah, mock lager. It's just like California Common or steam beer. It's the same thing.
Man, you're noshing on those hop shoots, man. Damn, Greg.
Dude, bro.
Shoot, dude.
Did you order pizza? I'm gonna totally slap some on the pizza.
Oh, that's a good
yeah.
idea. I did order pizza.
Hop shoot pizza, bro.
It's gonna be a revolution, bro. It's gonna be a revolution.
Pass me the hop shoot bucket.
This is like a lot like toastier or roastier than the last one.
A little fluffier too.
we had.
Finishes a little sweeter.
It's a little sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's sweeter too.
It's really good for what it is. I mean, I don't drink a lot of alt beer. I think the last one I had was actually by Hangar 24 when they
Same.
still made the alt beer.
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore.
Do they not?
I don't know. I guess it's been a while
Did
since
they make anything? Did they make anything besides
When's the
orange
last
wheat
time I've been
anymore?
there?
I mean,
They make that an iconic.
make that in Puga.
they could, but I don't know if I don't think they do.
Oh, and
I don't think
then they make
Wow.
and then they make 24.
They have two beers on the boards. It's like
Blonde.
they have two beers on the boards. It's literally orange wheat and like Puga Chef. So that's the only thing that sells. So that's all we're making.
So I knew someone that works in the tap room, and he will get customers that go, "Yeah, can I have a hanger?" And he just like stared at them for a little while and just like poured them an orange wheat, and they were happy. And he's like, "Okay."
Wow.
Can I get an O-dub?
Yeah, I imagine it's a lot like Fat Tire. You know what I mean? Where that's like everyone thinks it's Fat Tire Brewing. Like you're just Orange Wheat Brewery, right? But this alt beer, yeah, it's a little bit fluffier. It's a little bit more bitter too.
A lot of people like American style alt beers are way well. This is an American style alt beer, to be honest. But a lot of them are more hoppy. They're more brash, more like expressive, more bold.
Yeah,
this is pretty like subdued.
Man. Even though this is 37 IBU, which is pretty high, I would think. For
doesn't taste like it.
Yeah, it doesn't taste particularly bitter at all.
Disagree. I think it's pretty bitter. It's definitely got like the pop. I mean, especially when you compare it to like the
finish.
I think it's a lot closer to the pills than.
But it's very
anything.
clean.
Yeah, it's still not at the pills level thing. I think
that's
the
true.
Pills was so far the most bitter of the beers we've had.
Yeah.
This is a very clean bitterness finish.
That's definitely true.
I could drink a liter of this, no problem.
Yeah, actually, the IBU is the same as
Get started.
The IBU number is exactly the same as the pills, but I think the pills was lower ABV and it was a little bit drier, and that's what makes like the bitterness pop a little bit more.
We should chug the rest of the Crowler, by the way.
Yeah, you have
okay,
at it.
never mind.
Have
Never
at
mind.
it.
That's my German talking.
People drink the entire liter.
It will put you upside down.
God damn,
and
it's just
pour
so
it.
good when it touches your lips.
Yeah, really good. It's
Oh my god, this is whiskey barrel aged Doppelbock.
Whoa.
It is.
What? I know.
Now you're speaking my language.
You speak.
As soon as barrels,
Ik spreek het,
as soon as
Daniel.
barrels pop up. You sprechen my language.
The barrels.
Sprechen my language. I don't know the German word for
I don't know what language is either. Yeah.
Put the beer in the barrel.
Hang on, language in German.
Computer, what is language in German?
No, nothing.
German spoken language.
Oh.
German language.
Of all the words to translate the word language.
I don't have Alexa plugged into the board,
Gotcha.
so
No worries.
part of the whole transition to the new studio thing, it hasn't happened
No
yet.
worries. How do you say the word?
Sprache.
Sprache.
Yeah.
Ich sprache. Spreche?
Sprechen Sie
Sprechen Sie
Sprache.
Sprache.
Sprechen Sie Sprache.
Du sprechen Sie Sprache?
Da.
Da. Das Russian?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever, Trump.
I'm not secretly Russian. I'm not secretly Russian.
Oh my god.
There's goats on this label.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's a smell.
Bach
Yeah.
meaning goat.
Yeah.
Bach is a goat.
That is the smell.
A sort of smelly smell.
Whoa.
I'm gonna withhold my
A smelly smell that
smelling
smells.
notes after you guys get a whiff.
Smelly.
What episode was it where we talked about Bach beer and how Bach beer got its name? I forgot. It was a recent episode,
Probably called I'll Be Bach or something.
but it was supposed to be. Never mind.
Definitely was. That is absolutely
idea,
what it was
John.
called.
Ought to be Bach.
I'll be Bach.
That's the most. That's the most Beechwood barbecue name of a beer I've ever heard in my life.
It is totally. Julian's like,
Yeah, Julian's like head is feeling like tingly right now.
He's on top of a mountain with a tingly head.
he just looks west. He just knows something's happening. So we're drinking a Doppelbock, but it's also whiskey barrel aged Doppelbock, 12% ABV.
Holy
but you don't really
moly.
see whiskey barrel aged German beers.
You don't, which is interesting.
yeah.
What's that fucking smell, man?
It's
driving
like
me nuts.
It's like almond extract is what it smells like. It's like super almondy.
Oh, tasted a little bit like it too.
it's like candied. It is like candied nuts.
You know, it's funny because at first you guys are like, I'm going to withhold. And I'm like, oh, it's bad. No, this smells amazing.
No, no, no.
Great.
It smells
I just couldn't figure it
amazing.
out.
Holy shit, you guys.
Yeah, this
It
is nutty
smells very
as
soft.
fuck, dude. This is like a
Candied pecans or something.
Yeah, what's the
Coconut.
What's the almond
Oh, you know, I can.
liqueur?
It kind of reminds me of the sweetness of mashing coconut.
Coconut's in there for sure.
Yeah.
Barrel
Frangelico?
coconut. Friend. Everybody remembers their first Frangelico.
That's not almond, is it? Frangelico?
That's hazelnut.
hazelnut. There you go.
I know my booze.
Well, you are OC beer and booze.
Yeah.
Di Serono is what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Only like
That's too sweet.
only not like a disgusting sugar bomb, but it has
yeah.
that aroma. You
Okay.
know? in a good way.
This beer
dude.
does smell dangerous though, in like a heavy sugary kind of way. It smells like it's gonna be sugary.
It's desserty. And I was thinking about that on my way over here. There's this weird thought I had in my head where
Oh man!
once you get over 10% alcohol, all beers are going to be perceived sweet.
Yeah.
Because hops, you can only detect 100 IBUs on your palate. So you can only get 100 IBUs of bitterness to balance any beer. And that probably stops at a certain ABV. Like once you hit like 10, 11% ABV, the sweetness from the alcohol is going to overbalance the sweetness from the malt.
Yep.
You can't add more hops to.
Yeah. The thing that you're talking about is exactly why I don't like triple IPA.
Right, exactly.
You know, because it gets so sweet and sugary
Yeah.
and gross. Excuse me.
And it's not a good
because that,
sweetness either.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly,
It's just
like
sweet.
the thing is like you're also you're kind of talking about Black Tuesday. You know, that's what happens with Black Tuesday. Black Tuesday finishes super dry. It finishes at like 4 Plato or something like that,
Which is ridiculous.
Which is super duper low. But the fact that it's 18-19% alcohol makes it super duper sweet. You know, just because of the
But you don't
sweetness of
remember
alcohol.
that because by the time you're done, you're blacked out drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
or you've only had your 2 ounces that you can handle.
so you can
that's how I am.
you can only add so much hops to that. I would imagine. What are the IBUs of Black Tuesday? Do you know offhand?
They're fairly low.
Okay.
I
So
mean,
it's like, what's the point?
40s
really?
or 50, something like that.
But then there's Chocolate Rain, and then there's a coffee version as well.
they've finally started
Mocha
making
Wednesday.
all,
Mocha
Yeah.
Wednesday, yeah.
yeah, they started making all kinds of versions now.
But,
putting
I
it in
mean,
different
TBN
barrels.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Different barrels, yeah. But my point is, like, adding chocolate adds bitterness, adding coffee adds bitterness. But still, it's fucking sweet.
yeah.
There's
exactly.
nothing you could do when a beer is that high in alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is why I'd just rather drink whiskey.
Yeah, but that being said, like this beer is surprisingly not that sweet. It almost has like the amount of sweetness that you would expect for a Doppelbock being at like 8 or 9%. You
Yep.
know, it's like they took the Doppelbock and like dried it out more than you would expect because of the extra alcohol. It's like it was interesting when we were talking to Wes from Bottle Logic, when he was talking about how you have to brew a beer specifically for the barrel. You know, I mean this beer is so well balanced. I would assume that that's what happened. If it's not, then it was just like a real lucky coincidence.
Real happy accident
that it turned
because
out that
This
way.
is like a whale, dude. But you know, I'll be honest. This is a fucking delicious beer.
This is so good.
Like, if I ever saw it on the shelf, I would buy like a 12-pack of them and crack them open.
Seriously. Like it's
Every few months.
and it's funny because like Prost seems to be like, you know, the anti-whale type of brewery.
I like it because it's delicate. It's not
You know?
brash. It's not in your face. It's just kind of nice and soft.
yeah,
and-
it doesn't like punch you in the mouth with all of its
No.
flavors.
Yeah, I
It's
was
just
going to
nice.
say this is something that's been constant in all of these styles and all the beers from Prost is their mouthfeel. Like I want to just kind of keep it hanging on
They're
my
very,
tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very spot.
even this barrel one, it's still like great.
Yeah, it's still really like soft and kind of like mellow. It's not. There's no harshness. There's no weird.
heat.
There's no tannin. There's no heat.
There's no heat. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's like that's the thing about German brewing is that if you're going to do really authentic German brewing, it's so process specific that any kind of flaws pop out like really easily if something's, you know, amiss with your process. And so the fact that they're hitting it so on the head.
This is great, dude.
Just,
Great beer. Oh,
Betty spotted
I see the delivery
she's
man.
like, I want it too.
Yeah,
I see him.
Betty spotted a
Give me the
stranger. But god damn it, fucking Prost, man. Like I said,
Prost.
as far as
Prost.
as far as German style beers, like I said, it's the best German style beer I've ever had in the United States, like ever. And I can't.
I agree.
Oh, well, you know, actually,
I agree.
admittedly, like it's like them and maybe on par or slightly below is Sudwerk, because Sudwerk does some really fantastic beer too.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, they do other stuff too.
That's true.
it's not
But
their
as far
focus.
as just like pure German style brewing process,
And to pull it
the
off
jam.
and be a destination. They're a destination brewery. I mean,
really
let's
are.
face it. When I go to when I go to not Germany. When I go to Germany, I want to go to Prost. When I go to Denver, I want to go to Prost every time.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
exactly.
It's like
it's a must.
Where do you want to
stop.
go? I want to go to Prost.
Yeah.
So I've never been to Denver. How easy is it to get to Prost when say you get arrive on the airplane?
You can either
Denver.
rent a bike that their bikes are everywhere.
Okay.
You can rent bikes, or you
Yeah,
can
essentially
Uber for $5.
Yeah, essentially, if I remember correctly, if Coors Field is like in like essentially downtown Denver,
Okay.
then Pros is kind of like southwest a little bit, but it's still essentially in the city. Like
okay,
the
okay.
airport is not in Denver. You know,
Right.
the airport
Okay,
is
it's one of
pretty.
those.
The airport is pretty far away.
It's
It's like a
Fortunately,
half hour away.
yeah.
The worst
Jeez,
part.
Okay.
Luckily, there's actually like train service that goes to the airport
Oh,
now
okay,
because
that's
there
good.
wasn't before, but now there is.
Oh, okay.
But it's very accessible if you're in Denver proper.
Excuse me.
So yeah, it's
Okay.
Oh, it's awesome.
You can stand on any street corner and throw rocks at breweries. Like there's
Seriously.
right there.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like no joke. Like you're like bebopping it down the street and
Yeah.
you look over, you're probably gonna run into a brewery.
And a lot of them are
you
like,
got to like step to the side every once in a while because they're like, oh, fucking brewery in the way again.
yeah, and like, oh, I'm just stumbling down the street. Oh, fuck, there's Great Divide, and here's whatever. You know, it's a
There's
it's a
Wind
wealth.
Coop. Yeah.
Yeah, here's Wind Coop. Wind Poop.
Cerebral, is that Denver?
Yep. Cerebral is also Denver. Yeah, and that's another thing too is when you start getting into like the outskirts, like
Yeah,
even the
they're
industrial
not-
areas, they're fucking
They
everywhere.
just keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like 10 minutes away from Denver proper or so. 10
Okay.
It's a 10-minute lift ride or something
Okay,
like that.
so that's
you know?
nothing. All right.
But they're still pretty close.
Cool.
Which Cerebral, yes, that's another place you have to go to. 'cause,
Downtown Denver
you know,
has the 16th Street Mall, which has a free bus that just goes down,
Oh,
goes up
okay,
and down the
cool.
street.
All right.
So
Oh,
you don't
that's
even
right,
have
yeah.
you don't have to pay or anything. You just hop on, hop off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, now I've gotten the habit of now when I travel, I try to do as much little driving myself as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
we don't rent a car in Denver.
That's a good call. I tried doing driving when I was in Seattle one time. And Seattle is one of those cities that it's really old, and so you'll be driving, and then all of a sudden you realize you're going the wrong way down a runway street because it just decided to go the opposite direction without fucking telling you. And I was really
that
upset.
reminds me of when I tried driving Boston.
Yeah, exactly the
it's a
same
little bit
thing.
of
Boston's very
yeah.
double-edged.
What's the old meme? It has like New York City because grids are good, Boston because fuck you. Yeah,
Okay, had I known that before, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have rented the car.
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I've got to go to Trillium though, and then I want to go to the other night shift.
Boston's a good example of libertarian government where it's like, oh, they can just do whatever they want. No, there is a role. Like, this is planning. This is,
yeah, grids are good. Riverside's kind of like that too, honestly. But anyways, so yeah, Prost.
Prost.
Jacob, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for sharing Prost. That's my first impression of them. Everything was great.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
They're rad.
gotta go.
I think they opened up a whole new style of beer for me now. I'm going to have to give Kolsch another try.
Right on. If you want to find Four Brewers online, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. You can find all that information on fourbrewers.com. Go to fourbrewers.com/live if you want to hang out with us while we're taping the show. Go to fourbrewers.com/YouTube to find all of our sticky, icky video content.
Speaking of that, Natalie just did a new Pink Beer Corner where she tried skinny cocktails. Like, when she presented this idea, I was like, I don't care. It's your show. You can do what you want. But she did that, and then she also made her own on the show.
Oh,
so you
interesting.
can watch and figure
Check
out
that
how
out.
to make your own margaritas.
It's
And,
definitely worth it just to see her reaction to trying some of the skinny cocktails.
yeah. And they weren't that bad, but, they're
Betty's
not
gotta
as good
go
as
poop.
regular cocktails. Anyway, carry on.
Betty wants out. If you want to donate to the show, go to patreon.com/4brewers. You can give us $1 a show, $2 a show, whatever you like.
Thanks, Patreon supporters.
Yep.
Go to what else am I missing? Go to iTunes or Apple Podcasts if you want to review us. We love your 5 stars, and it definitely helps us out. And if you want to get in touch with us directly, hit us up at feedback at fourbrewers.com and brew the shit out of it.
Thanks, Nick.
Hit us up at Fatback.
What?
Fap Track.
Oh, God.
It's a bacon
sounds awful.
bacon reference. Fatback.
Fap track?
Speaking of bacon,
the
that
audio
fucking
of it.
show. Like, we're going to name him Rebel, and I'm not going to meet him till I eat him. Fuck you, man. Fuck
That
you.
guy.
Oh, let's watch them skin a fucking pig. Who? Come on. It's a show about beer, not killing animals,
Oh,
you
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
assholes.
So stupid.
Ugh.
Dude's eyeball nipple.
We're not going to get
What
into
show is this?
specific. Yeah, we're not going to talk about
Okay.
that.
Yeah, wait till the mics are up.
Eyeball nipples.
All right, if you're watching the video stream, we're going to stop this video stream, and there will be another one on the website in about 5 minutes. We're going to take about a 20-minute break. We're going to eat some pizza, and
With some hop shoot.
we'll be back. So, yeah, hang out.
Go eat your own pizza.